There we go. Hello and welcome to another Win Daily Sports Show. My name is Michael Raziel. I am the birthday boy, but I'm not the only man with a mustache today. I have my man Stoweby here with me. He is also mustachioed, and we appreciate the hell out of you, Stoweby. And we are here to talk Thursday night Showdown, Throwdown. We got the Packers. We have about half of the 49ers, I think, at this point, if we're lucky. It's going to be a game, as Stoweby and I always talk about. If there's football on, it is a better day. It's a good day to be alive, people. So let's just enjoy it for what it is, because we're lucky. Every day we get football, we are lucky. Stoweby, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm great. You know how it is. Even when with half the team's rosters playing, it's still a good day of football.
We are still here. We're still going to talk, and we're still here to make some money. And I think that's the important part. A couple housekeeping things, of course, as always. Make sure to follow us at Win Daily Sports. Make sure to follow me at Michael Raziel 1. Make sure to follow Stoweby at Stoweby. Nice and easy. We appreciate that. WinDailySports.com/chat. 7 free days in the expert Discord chat. We love you. We're here to help you make money. We want you to ask us all the questions. So you can ask us questions in the chat where you can talk to Stoweby and Adam and Brian and Sticks and Jason and the rest of the team. I apologize. I didn't forget you on purpose. It's just too long of a list. We're all here to help you. All different parts of the day, all different parts of the night. I promise you, somebody is weirdly enough in there enjoying ourselves as Stoweby shakes his head, because sometimes it's him. We're going to be talking a little Monkey Knife Fight tonight, so we'll get to that. If you go to monkeyknifefight.com, use promo code WINDAILY, throw in $10, we will give you 3 months free of everything on the site. So just take that for what it is. You give them $10, we give you $90 worth of value, where you will then go win money. We're going to help you at Monkey Knife Fight picks so you win more money, and we're here to have a good time. Again, we're here to help. This is why we do this. So if you have any questions, throw them in there. We're on YouTube right now. Make sure to like and subscribe. Smash that like button, as those kids like to say. We're on Twitter. We are on Facebook. So ask us all the questions you want. That is what we are here for. But Stoweby, we have the Packers. We have the 49ers. Packers are now up to -7.5 favorites. It was 7 earlier today. It is now up to 7.5. There are a million injuries, and I probably should have memorized them, but there are so many, it was almost impossible. Aaron Jones is expected to play. We do not know what that's going to look like, though, so that is something to pay attention to. George Kittle placed on the IR today. Jimmy Garoppolo, there we go, placed on IR today. We have Jamal Williams, COVID-19. Brandon Ayuk, COVID-19. Raheem Mostert, still hurt. Deebo Samuels, COVID-19. Alan Lazard will not come off the IR. Jeff Wilson Jr., he is on the IR still. Kendrick Bourne, he is on COVID-19. Tevin Coleman, he's just out, I guess. I don't know. He's just out. I don't know his injury, honestly, at this point. Jordan Reed coming off IR. So that's something to pay attention to. We have Dante Pettis, who is actually not even on the team anymore. I'm pretty sure the Giants just signed him, so not 100% sure why he's here. AJ Dillon on COVID-19, and then a couple other dudes that we don't have to pay attention to. But there are a million injuries. So this is going to be a fun one. How excited are you for tonight, Stoweby?
I mean, for the sake of Showdown, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think we're going to have a unique lineup winning the big contest today, just with the way everything breaks down. It's, a lot of times when you have all your studs in and you have your pricing, you'll usually have it split, upwards 10, 15, 20 different ways with the guys doing 150 entry lineups. And I think we're going to get a unique one today. Just somebody going down a crazy path, and it's just going to pay out, and somebody's going to make, what is it, $200,000 for the winner today? I can't.
It's a good one. I'm looking here. Yeah, it's a million. Yeah. It's a million, man. Here, we're Stoweby. We're trying to help the people make $1 million. That's what we're here to do. That's why we do these Thursday night streams. We love it. We want to help you make $1 million. Already got some people in the chat. Peter, first time here. Thanks, man. Hopefully we can help. You have any other questions? Let us know. Rudy, happy birthday to me. In case you guys didn't hear, appreciate you, Rudy. Rudy also has a question about Aaron Jones. I promise you, Rudy, a lot of this show will be spent on if not, you should play Aaron Jones. Specifically, Rudy has him in the 2-gamer as one of his running backs. So we'll pay attention to that a little bit more. We'll definitely get you some information there, Rudy. But again, anybody else that has some questions, let us know. We're taking a look at the DraftKings slate because FanDuel, it's kind of boring. Like, why? Who cares? You can do whatever you want on FanDuel. We already know that. We like to play DraftKings a little bit more, because we have the 1.5 times the points, 1.5 times the investment. So I guess, Stoweby, before we hop into the specific players, give me some game script. What do you think is the most likely outcome in terms of the game? Again, 7.5 to the Packers. Over under, I think it's around 48.5 right now. What are you thinking in terms of the script of this game, or at least the 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10 eventuality of the game?
I think usually what I would want to do is, pick the quarterback that's going to be down, which would lead me towards Mullins. But today, with the number of injuries and the number of problems going on, and the running back injuries for Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers just airs it out and puts his throat on their neck, and they just throttle them all night. And they haven't forgotten about that loss.
Yep, both of them. Both of them from last year. I think I looked it up today. It was 75 to like 28 with, I want to say about 20 of those points coming in the fourth quarter garbage time for Green Bay. So it was really like 75 to 8 over 2 games. Yep. Not a good look, man.
As a Green Bay fan, I haven't forgotten that one either. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers hasn't forgotten it. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. They were going to run all over us and we weren't going to stop it. But
yeah. James, I'm sorry. This is fantastic. James chiming in. What's up, Groucho? Yes. For any of you kids out there who's not familiar with Groucho Marx, look it up. I look exactly like him. Got the eyebrows, got the glasses, got the stash rocking. So I really do appreciate that, James. So I guess in terms of the game a little bit, 7.5 points, you would think it'd be higher. We do have some offensive line issues on both sides. I think Balaga is out for the Packers, as well as Trent Taylor, starting left tackle, one of the best in the league, is out for the 49ers. We know they got him in a trade last year. He's looked great all year. That's going to be something. That's something to pay attention to. I know we're here to talk about skill players. We want points. Yeah, you can take an entire defense, but the running game for both of these teams is important, specifically the 49ers. So the 49ers are down to Michael Hasty, Jerick McKinnon and his legs, or lack thereof, I guess.
Heavy legs.
I don't even know who else the hell is technically considered a running back on this team. Ross Dwelly. Juszczyk. That's just a fun name to say. So maybe we can get him at 1,500, see what happens there. But on the other side, again, it's like all the running backs on planet Earth in this game are just gone. Yes, we have a little bit of Aaron Jones. We'll see what happens. If the Packers go up big, obviously I don't think they're going to have to use him or want to use him that much. But it does look like we have, and again, I'm going to need some help with names here. Oh, I'm still scrolling. Oh, Dexter Williams and
Tyler Irving.
Tyler Irving. Here we go. Oh, and Kevin White. This is the Kevin White resurgence game. Shout out Kevin White, fourth overall pick by the Bears, if I'm not mistaken. It was because he was drafted by the Bears. That's why. But so Zach scored a touchdown last week. Did Juszczyk? Yes, I think. But bad spelling.
Juszczyk's, we get what you mean. Juszczyk probably won't get much in terms of volume over what he usually does, but that's where his value is going to lay at his prices with the touchdown equity. If he does do anything, it's going to be because he gets a couple of them at the goal line, and that's where he's going to pay off at. I think. I know he can catch some passes, but I think that's where most of his value is going to come from.
I completely agree. Dude scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I can't say that. You can't say that. Not many people can, though, if we're being honest. So let us bring it in. As I said, we're going to be mostly paying attention to DraftKings. We'll get a little monkey knife fight in a bit later. Again, hop over to monkeyknifefight.com, promo code WinDaily, put in $10, and we give you 3 months free to everything on WinDaily Sports Gold membership. We're here for you. So let us chat Stoweby. We're here on DraftKings. We get 6 players. We get 1 captain, 1.5 times the points, 1.5 times the investment. Where's the chalk this week? And okay. Where's the next chalk this week? Because I think Aaron Rodgers is pretty obvious. Is it Devontae Adams at that point?
Yeah, I was going to say Devontae Adams.
I don't.
Your captain path is, I mean, you'll be able to take some lower price options, but those two are going to be the uber chalk for a good reason.
Exactly. So I think let's make a chalk lineup again, going with that understanding and the game script. People, we have to do this through game script. We can't just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and hope it sticks. That's not how it wins. Yes, those people win showdowns. 100%. Those people win a lot of money in DFS, but we're here about the process. We're trying to build bankroll and win over time. We're not trying to just get potentially one hit one time. So what I will say, we'll start out as we always do. You're making 10 lineups. You got $100, 10 $10 lineups or equivalent. You got $10, 10 $1 lineups because showdowns are wacky. And this one where all the players, it seems like, are hurt in some capacity, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. So I think that's something very much to pay attention to. So let's make a chalk lineup here and what you're thinking and how you're thinking it, Stoweby. So I'm going to throw Aaron Rodgers right in that captain spot. Looks good. It feels good. He's super expensive, though, 16.5. So a lot of money is coming off the table. where do you then want to go? Before we go find some of that value, where is that next pick? Is there a pass catcher? Is there someone on the opposite side that you want to throw in so that way we can really start to see this game script in front of us?
Right now, I'm perfectly fine starting Rogers Adams for chalk because if we are gonna, well, I mean, we've got enough savings everywhere else that we don't really have that big of a problem this week. I don't think so.
I like it.
I mean, it's not going to be an issue.
We saw Davante Adams, even with the Packers losing the way they did, still score 3 touchdowns last week. I still am very confused on how that lost that game. I don't really understand. I watched almost the whole thing and I'm still totally befuddled by it. But we have Aaron Rodgers, we have Davante Adams. I have to assume we have at least 1 touchdown there. I think that's pretty expected at this point, right? So where do we then go? Obviously, a lot of money on those dudes. We have about 5 and change left per player. We have to go find some value. Where are we going to find a little bit of that value?
We can go, honestly, all the way down.
Ooh.
Yep. Let me see. Where's he at? Dexter Williams at $300 just to match out a little threesome.
Dex, what's up, Dexter? I have Dexter at $200.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got him at. I have it set at bonus. Sorry, I got.
Oh, okay. Yes, your captain spot. Let's be very honest. Do not play Dexter Williams in your captain spot. I don't think that's the best way to go. Hey, maybe he does it, but I find it very hard to believe. Now, it would save you a lot of money. I could say that, but let's keep him just in the lineup. I think so. We have 3 Packers. We have what we assume is their starting running back, opposite of Aaron Jones. Again, we'll get to him in a minute. We promise you, Rudy. We have Aaron Rodgers throwing a bunch of touchdowns. We have Davante Adams catching a bunch of touchdowns. They're up by a lot of points. We think Dexter Williams is going to catch a couple balls. Maybe he's one that gets to run it in. Where do we then want to go? Are you still looking at Packers pass catchers? Are you interested in Aaron Jones? Or are you trying to run it back to the other side right now?
Right now, I'd like to go ahead and get a San Francisco pass catcher. I'm not a huge fan of using San Francisco quarterbacks, whoever it ends up being, because they'll cycle through them.
Yep.
So there's a very real chance that if San Francisco struggles, they'll bounce between Beathard and Mullins. So I don't want to fool with quarterbacks.
Okay. So who the hell is the pass catcher though? That's the question, right? Kendrick Bourne gone.
Trent Taylor.
Trent Taylor. Where can I find you, Mr. Taylor? All $400? Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's what we're doing. There we go. Today. That is that. I mean, it's Monkey Knife Fight, which we'll get into later. They have Davante Adams only has a 3.5 catch bonus over Trent Taylor today. So that should give you some indication that he is going to catch some passes.
Yes, we pay attention to the books. That's why I always said it's a game of 48.5 as a total, 7.5 to the Packers. These are numbers you have to pay attention to because if it's one of those Jets-Chiefs games, now while a lot of people should have taken Patrick Mahomes because he was on, I guess, an FU tour against the Jets, I guess Le'Veon Bell got in his ear where he threw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. That usually doesn't happen in those types of games. Usually you're going to run the ball, slow the clock down, and see what happens. So you have to pay attention. Vegas is, Stoweby and I, we think we're pretty good at this. More so Stoweby than me, I'll be very honest. But Vegas is much
money.
Vegas is much better than us. I think that is the most important part. So we're going Trent Taylor, $400. We're going Dexter Williams at $200. That pretty much opens up just about everything. I do want to make a point, what you said before. Those quarterbacks, for whatever reason, whoever starts the game looks like shit. Whoever comes in for the final quarter somehow throws for 350 yards and what feels like 3 touchdowns. I don't know what the hell Kyle Shanahan is doing. And I don't know if he notices this either. But I just don't get it. We're not playing either of those quarterbacks. I totally agree with you. They're probably going to flip-flop. But honestly, if there was one to play the guy that's going to come in later. I would say play CJ Beathard at that point because that might be the play there. But I don't think we can bake too much money on that, unfortunately. So
yeah. If you're playing the big Millie, have some fun. You can throw some really weird stuff against the wall tonight, and it's all or nothing in things like this. So run your backup quarterback out there. Yes. This is a week where you can get super freaking weird.
Real weird. Yes. I mean, and again, if we're playing guys, also we're not trying to build bankroll on showdowns. We're having fun. Exactly. We're trying to have fun. You're putting as I said, you're making a couple lineups. Try and make 10 lineups if possible. But we're going to have some fun with it. We're not trying to build bankroll. We're not playing. Some people play cash games. That's up to you. I'm not trying to do that. I don't think Stoby's playing too much cash games because there's so much volatility. There's a very easy chance where a cash game lineup and a GPP lineup could be the same and both of them net you $0. So go for broke, man. Play the Millie Maker in this game. I mean, again, Stoweby actually has an incredible article up on windailysports.com right now where he goes over contest selection, but it has much more geared to the main slate. So go check that out because it was awesome. But also it's a showdown. No, thank you. I made it free to everybody. You don't even have to make a free membership. Just check it out, man. Check it out. It's good stuff.
It'll help. It's something that everybody can take home. I cover some definitions and some jargon because I know people, for one reason or another, they get embarrassed. They don't want to ask a question because they're nervous, so they think people are going to call them, an idiot or whatever. We were all there. Yes. We all started from the same point. There's definitions and there's things that we talk about that none of us knew what in the hell we were talking about at the beginning, and we grew over the years. So I put those in there just in case people didn't want to ask, and I'm going to keep those in there every week. But
we appreciate you. Because you have to learn, right? If you don't learn, you're actually putting yourself behind. Now, I believe the Win Daily Sports family is a real family, and I've seen some of those questions asked. No one ridicules. No one says anything stupid. They're all just like, "Oh, this is GPP. That's what this means."
We never will. And if somebody does start to give you a hard time, quick, fast, in a hurry, point it out to one of us, and we will square it away.
See you later, buddy.
Yep, that's not what we're here for.
We don't need that shit. We're all trying to make money here. We're all trying to have a good time. So let's go back to this slate a little bit. We got Aaron Rodgers, we have Devontae Adams, then we're saving a boatload of money. I mean, we can go up and at this point literally pick whoever we want. So now that we are here, we promised Rudy we would get to it. Happy birthday. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. We promised Rudy we'd get to it. Aaron Jones. Give me all the scenarios. I want your season long take. I want your DFS take. I want your betting take. How do you feel? What do you think he is going to do? How many snaps? Obviously, we don't know the exact amount, but what is your feeling from what you've read, what you've heard, and what you've seen? What do you think he is going to look like tonight?
Well, I don't trust anything these young coaches say. Guys like Shanahan and LaFleur and what's his name down in
McVay?
Arizona.
Hot Cliff? Yeah,
Kingsbury.
Smoking Cliff.
Man, I'm still tilted from what he did with the Chase Edmonds thing last year, week 4 when he went off. And actually,
against the Giants,
all of Twitter went off on him because they decided to be cute and leave a little comment joking with everybody, which was not funny. But I think if Jones, he's going to have to play in your season long if he ends up being a go. You have second round at worst equity in him. You have to play him. If you can justify a potential fade in DFS if you want to, and you can honestly justify pairing him up with somebody like Dexter Williams. I think that there is probably 10 to 12 touch equity for him, possibly more depending on how he feels if he ends up going, but I think 10 is the floor. And that should be enough with his efficiency. He's not a huge volume guy to begin with. He gets 15 to 18 total touches, and he'll go for 120 yards and a score on the ground, and he'll go for 6 catches for 65 yards and a score in the air. That's always how he has been. Everybody gets frustrated when LaFleur takes him off, myself included, during key downs and situations. So it's not like he's ever the biggest volume guy. So 10 to 12 is more than enough for him tonight with the way things shake up. I mean, if he gets 10 carries and 2 of them are scores, I think
you hit value.
Yeah, he's good. And that is a potential pathway for him tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised by something like that. Of course, you have to pay attention to this stuff, though. I think he is technically go right now, but I think it's
how he does in
exactly.
In so
game time decision.
Yeah. So watch pregame. Stay on Twitter. Stay on Discord. If anything changes, yay or nay, one way or the other, we'll announce it to everybody so that you know. But they are going to make sure that he feels good prior to kick. And they'll sit them down. Hopefully they say something and they don't just blatantly not tell us like they've done in the past for several other teams with the young coaches. Like San Francisco last week was a prime example. Wasn't it? Was it Coleman or was it McKinnon that they just didn't play until somebody got hurt?
2 weeks ago, it was McKinnon, and it was just like, he's tired.
Yeah, and we found out after the game that they planned on doing it. Like, thanks, beat writers. I mean, I appreciate you guys being more concerned with, being buddy with the coaches and the staff than actually doing your job. But
exactly,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, it is.
That'll get me off on a wild tangent right there. I can't stand it when beat writers don't do their job.
Yes, and I have dinner reservations, so I'll be honest, Stoweby, I'd love to hear it. Probably not tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But as Stoweby said, we do say that stuff in Discord. So again, windailysports.com/chat, 7 free days in the expert chat. You will see all the capabilities that we have just in the expert chat, outside of the articles, outside of the projections, which crush it every week, outside of, the cheat sheets that we have. The expert chat is probably the most fun part, right? Like, we all get to sweat together, but we also hit everyone. If there is something that needs to happen, we'll tag all of you and let you know, hey, Aaron Jones is or is not playing. And that is something we have to pay attention to tonight. So yes, you can play him in season long. I have him in a season long team. I'm 100% playing him again as long as he plays. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 3 touches and then all of a sudden it's like, that kind of sucks. Don't really want to do that anymore. But considering there's no AJ Dillon, their second to / third string running back, or Jamal Williams, their kind of second string running back, it's going to be difficult to run with Tyler Ervin and Dexter Williams. So I think it's something to pay attention to. And I think the Packers really need to win this game. Of course, as you said, you think Aaron Rodgers is going to step on their throat tonight. So the game script says, let's not play Aaron Jones in this type of lineup because, hey, if Aaron Rodgers wants to step on their throat tonight, Aaron Jones doesn't need 12 touches, right? If they go up big early, you'll see him a little bit, and then I think he's gone. So I don't think, again, make a couple different lineups. 100% you should have him in some. I would say even make him a captain in one of them because, as Stoweby said, he could get 3 touches and score 3 touchdowns. This dude is electric. But you can't quite bank on that. So you got to pay attention. You got to be worried, and you got to be on our expert Discord chat, windailysports.com/chat. We have a couple.
Questions. Yeah,
I was going to say.
I saw it too, so I'm pile up.
Yeah, 100%. So I really do like it. Ask us all the questions, guys. We promise we will get to all of them. My dinner reservations aren't for a while. We got Jeff Parker. Any good tight ends for tonight?
Tanyan and Reed.
We got Bob Tanyan. We got big Bob Tanyan. Talk to me. And yes, Jordan Reed is coming off the IR, and he's been
yes, that is my thing. Be careful with him. We know how we know he has a tendency to get injured quick, fast, in a hurry. So if I were to lean one or the other, I'd go Tanyan.
Yes. Big Bob Tanyan. I'm starting him in a league as well. I think he's a good spot. I think both of these tight ends, you should start them if you are making multiple DFS lineups. Absolutely, both of them should be started. Maybe not in the same lineup, maybe in the same lineup. Again, we're making 10 lineups, so let's get weird and wacky with it. But 100%, I think both of them can be started. Michael Torres says, happy birthday. Thanks, man. Really do appreciate that. Rudy's back on FanDuel. Fade 49ers QBs.
I'm good with fading them. I'm personally, if you're doing 150 lineups, of course you're going to have some quarterbacks, but I am completely okay if you don't run a single San Francisco quarterback out there.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would say, again, if you're following our advice and start making 10 lineups, hell yeah, put them in one.
Put them in one. And honestly, I would say if you're gonna do 10 lineups, do one with Beathard and do one with Mullins. If you're
get crazy with it,
get crazy tonight. You can have a little bit. Like I said, this is for fun. This is not for bankroll. Have some fun. And tonight is one of those rare instances where you're not top loaded with studs, so you're restricted. Go ahead and get as funky and as weird as you can and swing for the fences tonight. Yeah,
this is definitely one of those nights we're all just going to throw our hands up and say, Jesus, take the wheel. Exactly. Like whatever happens. We're just here for the ride. I can promise you that. Yep. Baby carrot, what's up? Did you know baby carrots are just big carrots that they kind of just like grind down and then shape together? Found that one out a couple years ago. That was weird. But baby carrot, what do you guys think of running McKinnon and Hasty together? McKinnon has been used a lot. They need to use all their playmakers because they don't have anybody. How do you feel about that one, Stoweby?
That's fine. If you make a narrative that says that the game stays close, then I think you can justify a Hasty and McKinnon lineup.
100%.
If the narrative fits it, it's more about narrative than players when it comes to showdown stuff. I mean, your studs are important, yes, but you're telling a story with your lineup. So, and they do like to use that zone run scheme, and I think now more than ever they're going to run the ball heavy. So if it does stay close and they don't completely abandon the run when they go down 2 or 3 scores or whatever, I think that's fine. You can use both of them, and I think you can be successful doing it.
100%. And I appreciate you took the words right out of my mouth. You have to tell yourself that story. You can't just throw a bunch of stuff together. You need to, what is the story where both of them do well? And actually, really funny fact. So my wife, who's taking me out to dinner, I don't know if you guys heard, it's my birthday, but she also hates my mustache, but it just, as you guys can tell, it looks great. Stoweby, you look great too. She actually, it was so bad in one of her season-long teams. She actually had to start McKinnon and Hasty. Both of them got in the box, and she actually ended up winning the game, just like somehow. It was a total miracle, but there is a pathway where both of them score a touchdown. We literally saw it last week. It's not this crazy, and that is in a game where they were kind of getting blown out too. Mm-hmm. Not blown out, but like
the volume's likely going to be there. Mm-hmm.
Yep, they'll get some catches. Yeah. They'll run the ball. Might not get 1,000,000 yards. I mean, last week I think Hasty had like 20 yards, 30 yards, whatever it was. But again, they both got in the box, and if they can do that, and Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams do their thing, and you hit maybe Bob Tonyan or one of these defenses, it is a possibility, and that is where we get to Luis. Appreciate you coming in, Luis. You didn't tell me happy birthday, but I guess whatever. How much do we trust this Packers run defense? With the caveat of understanding the left tackle of the San Francisco 49ers, Trent Taylor, will not be there. So that is, it's half the defense, half that offensive line. What do you got tonight, Stoweby?
We're talking just like we were just now, script. The rest of the team is so damaged and so dinged up. It's likely they're going to be loading the box. And if they're going to have 8 in the box and they're going to be man up with everybody on the outside, I could see the Packers run defense being just fine, especially with Trent Taylor being out.
Yep, 100%. I think that's a great way of looking at it. I mean, they do have some pretty good cornerbacks there. I know Jair Alexander, one of the best in the league. Stoweby and I were talking about this before. PFF, maybe not our favorite site, but they do have some good information. If I'm not mistaken, he's one of the top 4 or 5, I think, that they have graded in the league.
And they got that right. They got that
yeah,
right.
Dude is not, shout out to him. Louisville, if I'm not mistaken. He's great. King, though. Is King in or out? For some reason, I think he might be out, but I also might just be telling myself that. So we're going to get back to you on that. But either way, I mean, if you're literally taking away one of the 1.5 receivers that the 49ers have, I don't care who the cornerback. I could be the cornerback on the other side.
Kevin King's out.
Yep. So is Josh Jackson, does he have to play, or is there somebody else that they have? Because he's been pretty bad since they brought him in. I'll let you figure that out. Yeah, we don't know. That might be a little difficult to find out at this point. But either way, if Jair Alexander can take away one of the 1.5 wide receivers, really confident on whoever the hell is on the other side. So we do have a couple more things. Would you play McKinnon over Demont or Gordon in season long? So David Montgomery, I am going to die on the hill of David Montgomery kind of sucks. And Gordon, I assume
who's Chicago playing? That's I haven't even. I'll
be honest, off the top of my head.
I'll pull it up. We can keep talking about other stuff. Yeah. I'll bring it up.
I will say no, only because I personally think Hasty is going to get a bulk of the carries. We saw that last week, and McKinnon really didn't get his touches or his touchdown until late in the game when it was kind of out of hand. So I think they trust right now McKinnon or Hasty a little bit more, and McKinnon's legs, they're just a little too tired. I don't really get it, but it is what it is. Do you have anything over there?
They are playing Tennessee.
We can run on Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the Bears can run on anybody, but I think generally.
Yeah, but I still think you're right. And Montgomery's not the best in the world, but I have a problem with Nagy. I'm an eternal Nagy hater, partially because he's in my division, partially because he makes the most boneheaded play calling decisions why do you have a running back with no backup, and then you turn around and run Cordell Patterson more than you use your running back? It makes no sense.
Yes.
Now, Melvin Gordon is going against the Falcons. That I think you might. I like Melvin Gordon against the Falcons. I do.
I would say wait until Sunday because I like Montgomery and Gordon over both of them over McKinnon at this point. So I would just kind of say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Put Gordon in there and wait for some more information on injury news, but my initial lean right now would be to play Gordon. I think that could be a pretty good little smash game.
I love it. That's awesome. A couple more comments. Theo, appreciate the hell out of you, man. He's big Win Daily Sports family member. We love him, and he says happy birthday to me. So we love you even more. And he's taking the underdog. Honestly, Stoweby likes his game script of Aaron Rodgers stepping on their throat. I like that one a lot, but the other one is obviously the 49ers covering, and Matt LaFleur sucks as a head coach, and Kyle Shanahan is really good. And we saw what they did last year. Yes, most of their team is gone at this point due to injury, but I don't know. Still wouldn't be surprised. Backdoor cover, something stupid like that. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, a backdoor cover wouldn't surprise me. It's not outside of the realm of possibilities. With this many injuries, you can play whatever you want. The most random things can happen today. I mean,
literally,
like we were saying about DFS, it applies to everything else. Have a little bit of fun.
Have some fun. We are here for that. Luis, happy birthday. Appreciate it, Luis. I'm going to have an awesome dinner. I am going to have an awesome dinner. Excited about that. Let's hop back here a little bit. We pretty much touched upon just about everyone at this point. And it's, play these running backs, play them together, play Big Bob. Play Jordan Love at one point. I don't give a crap, but no, I obviously don't do that. But I think we should talk about it. Defenses. So we talked about the Packers run D a little bit. We think they can stop them. What about just the fact that they might not give up any points because there's no offensive players? Like how confident would you feel in the Packers defense? Or I don't think so, but what do you think about the 49ers defense? They're still capable of getting pressure. They're still capable of sacking crazy things again. Pick six, a fumble return for a touchdown. I mean, that's a lot of points. How do you feel about both of these defenses tonight?
My lean would be Green Bay's defense. Just I do like San Francisco, but I mean, they have been dinged up over the season, and Aaron Rodgers historically is extremely efficient. Yes. He is the type of person, he will fumble it every once in a while, throw a pick every once in a while, but most of the time he's risk averse. He's going to throw it out. He's going to be safe. He's going to take advantage of those offsides and take his shots down the field that way. He'll probably get 2 or 3 of them tonight, like he usually does. And that's just his game. Now, Dexter Williams or Tyler Irvin, they might, cough it up, might have a little bit of nerves, but when it comes to Rodgers himself, he's just not a turnover prone guy, and he never has been. So
100%.
if I were to lean, it's gonna be Green Bay's defense.
Yeah, I think that one it's pretty easy. But again, if you're making a million lineups, definitely put in 49ers defense because it's fun. And then the last piece,
kickers are fine too.
I was just about to ask, how do you feel about the kickers?
Both of them are fine for me today as easy access to points, but I just really don't see a lot of need for us to have to pay down at kicker for anything just because we have enough value to get everywhere else. Now, excuse me. Now, if Aaron Jones does end up playing and they say he's a full go and you end up loading up, maybe you might need to fit a kicker in there to get some cheap value. But honestly, with so many cheap guys, I can't see a whole lot of reason to really need to go for the kickers today.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of let's see what happens here. If we take out Dexter Williams and actually put in Aaron Jones, still have about 5K left over for two players. So if you want to find a little bit more, maybe you can grab a kicker here. Maybe
you could probably go Robbie Gould and then Tanyan, I think would fit. I know we're not supposed to do full lineup, so
we're absolutely not going to put it on the screen, but we can tell you that you have Tanyan left, you have JaMychal Hasty left. So again, if you just grab one of those 3-digit guys, it pretty much opens up the entire board for you. Even if you don't want to go Gould, even if you want to say, no, I want Tanyan and I want somebody else. I mean, you still got 4K left over. You can go MVS.
You've still got Michael Taylor or down there.
Yep.
Or what's
Mikhail
Taylor. Okay.
Yep. You can go Juszczyk. I mean, there's still Shepard. We saw him show out, I think, in one of the
MVS is still right there.
Yep.
There's plenty of options right now with the way this game is going.
100%. Maybe we don't want 3 pass catchers and a running back from the Packers, but again, there's
a bit much. But I will tell you, if I'm doing 10 lineups, there will be one lineup where I go 5 Packers and one 49er.
I love it. And just as out of respect, I'm just gonna put Kevin White in here because he's back in the league. Shout out Kevin White. Pretty awful. He was a Bear, got injured, and it's just very unfortunate. Before we hop off this and we go to Monkey Knife Fight again, monkeyknifefight.com, promo code WinDaily, 3 months free for $10 essentially. If you put in $10 to Monkey Knife Fight, you get 3 months free of WinDaily Sports Gold membership. One question from James. James, you don't have to have one last question, man. You can have like 100 last questions. Again,
come in Discord.
I have time. Come in Discord. You can ask all the questions you want. I do have to leave in a little bit because of my sweet ass birthday dinner. But season long, Packers or Texans D. Texans are playing Jake Luton, rookie quarterback of the Jaguars. RIP. Half my mustache is for Gardner Minshew. The other half is for prostate cancer awareness. I will say that. Texans play the Jacksonville defense. You have the Packers D tonight. What's your lean, Stoweby? I think I know where I'm going. What's your lean?
I'm going Green Bay, but let it be known that part of that is my bias. I am a Green Bay fan, so I might be talking from the heart a little bit.
Yes.
So
And we appreciate that.
so I just want a full disclosure. I try to be as unbiased as possible, but every once in a while my heart will kind of creep in there with my head. But I still think Green Bay's defense, with all the injuries on the San Francisco side, will be more than enough.
So first off, brother, fan is short for fanatic. So you can't take your heart out of any of this. Let's be honest. I personally would go Texans only because we have seen what happens when the 49ers switch quarterbacks. And there's 2 touchdowns pretty much just waiting in the backup quarterback. So whether the Green Bay plays this incredible game and does nothing, and then the fourth quarter is where CJ Beathard comes in, goes 16 of 18 for 235 yards and 2 TDs, where Green Bay is so far ahead, it doesn't matter. Those extra points, those extra yards are going to add up a little bit, unfortunately. We've seen the Jacksonville offense barely be able to move the ball at all. You're telling me
against Miami, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You talked me into it. All right.
No. Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that?
It makes sense. It's solid. I can't argue with it because I'm sitting here thinking back to some of the Jacksonville duds, and Minshew, as weird and oddball as he is, he stirs the drink down there in Jacksonville. So
he does. I will say, if you have James Robinson, absolutely start James Robinson against that defense. He didn't do so hot the first time because I think he had a fumble and they had some dumbass 4th down play, but I would still ride James Robinson because I think the Jags are going to have to as well. Any other? Green Bay wins by how many points? I'm personally going to take the 7.5. If you're giving me 7.5, that's a lot in the NFL, even with as hurt as everyone is. It is a Thursday night game. I personally will go take the points and the under. But I wouldn't be surprised if, this is, as you said, an Aaron Rodgers middle finger tour where he just says, you want 38? We'll give you 38 and you can have 6. So
he's good and pissed off over the last couple of weeks, I guarantee you. And I'd be comfortable taking the points on that one. I think they win by at least 2 scores.
Yeah, I think it's we'll see.
But that's like I said, that's my heart talking.
And we appreciate your heart. So again, if you can find a little bit of value on this slate, it pretty much opens everything up and you can do whatever you want. Take Juszczyk, take Kevin White, take Trent Taylor. Who the hell cares at this point? Why not? We're here to have some fun. So before we end it, we do have one last thing that we get to talk about. Monkey Knife Fight. As I've said probably 100 times now. And now that Stoweby, you know what? I'm going to take myself out of this for a second so we can just see that mustache. There it is. Look at that thing. I love it. We gotta, it's a little blonder than mine. I'll say that. So you have to really see it.
It doesn't fill in. I dyed it brown. I invested in the Super Troopers movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually put some money in it and I went to the premiere. I grew this thing out for like 6 months. It was thick. It was bushy. It was blonde. And then I turned around and dyed it a dark brown and put some aviators on. It was the most embarrassing looking thing. It's horrible.
Do I look like a cat to you? Do I look like a cat to you?
Honestly, I have no idea who this guy is.
Love that movie. That is fantastic. Jordan Phillips, one question. Best pick for one lineup. Man, I want to give you the best pick. A, it's a showdown, so there's no such thing. B, it's a showdown where half of one team is literally injured.
I'll give you a 3. Just Tanyan Rodgers and Davante Adams.
I like that. Yeah. And then from there, it's kind of a toss-up. Again, we will tell you, do not play one lineup. I will be upfront and honest about that. I know we have a couple people in the chat saying they're just playing one lineup. Whatever amount of money you're taking, split that into 4. If it's $1, you can find 4-quarter games. Whatever. Like, that's fine. We're here to have fun. So it gives you something to root for. But just making one lineup, especially with this one, man, either save your bankroll for Sunday. I know I'm probably not supposed to say that, but save your bankroll for Sunday.
I say it all the time. I know it affects my page views, but if I have a new player and say they're trying to build bankroll, I tell them to avoid the showdown slates. I don't want you guys to sit there and read my articles and do my plays if it's going to be at the behest of you guys losing money.
Exactly.
And not being with us in a month, you know?
Yeah, we want you to win money, and that's literally what we're here to do. So this slate in particular, if there's one to totally fade on a showdown, it's this one. So last thing we will talk about, monkeyknifefight.com, promo code WinDaily. You put in $10. We give you 3 free months of WinDailySports.com Sports Gold membership. And you also get a matching bonus from Monkey Knife Fight. So they give you a free $10 up to $50. So free money all around. We're trying to help. So Stoweby, what are our picks for tonight? We are on rapid fire. So you get 3.5 times the money if you get both of these right. We have Aaron Rodgers passing yards or Nick Mullins plus 65.5 passing yards. Who are you going with there?
Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams all day, even with those bonuses. Yeah, because I mean, this doesn't even the plus 65.5 right now. It doesn't even really add up because I believe Rodgers' prop is 280 and climbing, and I think Mullins is like 210. So they're going the wrong direction. And when it comes to volume, I'm not gonna pick a relative unknown compared to Devontae Adams in a game where Green Bay, since they're down so many running backs, they're probably going to be using the short passing game. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah, and as we were saying before, if Jair Alexander finds Trent Taylor a couple times, those 0 catches pretty much right there. I'll probably eat my words at some point, but most likely 0 catches right there. So, Devontae Adams plus 3.5 receptions, so he needs to have 4 more receptions than Trent Taylor, and Aaron Rodgers needs 66 more passing yards, which again, maybe it was CJ Beathard again coming in the fourth quarter throwing for 300 yards is a little different, but I don't think Nick Mullins is going to be able to do too much there. So
the second quarterback may do it, but exactly if they're getting down big, it's not going to be the first quarterback in there. They will rotate them out at halftime like they've done before this season. They're not shy about that.
They do not care. Kyle Shanahan does not care. So that is our Thursday night showdown throwdown for the Packers and the 49ers. We appreciate all of you. A couple more times for the people in the back, windailysports.com/chat. You can ask us all the questions you want in our expert Discord chat, free for 7 days. It's not just football. You get PGA. We're rocking that. We get esports. We get, I guess we're just like talking about baseball still because Steve Cohen bought the Mets, everybody. Steve Cohen is the owner of the Mets. Happy birthday, me. Happy birthday to me.
I've been waiting on Cohen to buy this team for like 2 years now since I heard
you and me both, brother. You and me both.
I'm a Braves fan, so I don't have anything that's not good for me, but it's good for baseball.
Good for baseball. That's what I like to hear. So we'll see what happens there. So that's my birthday present for the entire year. I'm very happy about it. windailysports.com/chat. Free 7 days in the expert chat. Win Daily Sports Gold membership. Crushing it. You get everything on the site. But if you want to try us out, monkeyknifefight.com, promo code WinDaily, put in $10. They give you $10. We give you 3 free months of windailysports.com gold membership. So it's totally worth it. Stoweby, where can everybody find you on the internet?
At Stoweby on Twitter, David Stowe on Facebook, and I will be in Discord probably for the rest of the evening talking Showdown stuff and getting ready for my main Monkey Knife Fight article for Sunday's main slate. What I do now, since the props do change for everyone that does play NKF, I'll have multiple Monkey Knife Fight articles, but they're all going to be geared towards line changes and new plays that pop up as everything switches. So when you see the articles, get on it as soon as you can, because it's changed within the hour on me before where I've made a play and people have said, hey, the play's not there anymore. So I try to post it in a time where people are on the site and jump on them quick so that when they change, we can attack the line movement going the other way with different players. So that's just one way that we can stay profitable. And over the last couple of weeks since we've started doing that, our Sunday slate stuff has been pretty dialed in.
Yes, you've been doing great there, and we appreciate the hell out of you for that. Stoweby also has a showdown slate for the Sunday night game, so make sure to be on the lookout. That usually comes out Saturday night, Sunday morning, so it's something to pay attention to in case you're really in love with showdowns or you won a bunch of money or lost a bunch of money on that main slate. We then have showdown article. We had one come out. It is free on the site. All our showdown articles are free on the site for Thursday, for Sunday, and our Monday night with Antonio as well. So as David said, you can find, I don't think I've ever called you David before. I don't like that. As Stoweby said, at Stoweby, you can find me at Michael Brazil 1. Make sure to follow us at Win Daily Sports for him, for myself, for my mustache, for his mustache, for the rest of the Win Daily Sports family. We appreciate each. Oh, one last thing.
I just want to see you interested in some Bitcoin.
All right. In that case, little inside joke there for everybody. For Stoweby, for myself, for the rest of the Win Daily Sports family, we appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope you make it a very profitable week 9 in the NFL.